If you decided to move to South Florida and you're dreaming about sipping on a cocktail surrounded by the palm trees on the sandy beach in front of a beautiful ocean, wait to unpack your sunscreen because I'm about to share with you what's the reality of moving to South Florida, and you'll be hearing from a person who moved here a little over 10 years ago and had exactly the same expectation. However, there's a lot of things that I'm excited about living in Florida that I also share with you in this video. First of all, I'm not going to be talking about weather. If you're considering moving to Florida, yes, weather going to be hot and humid, hot summer, very mild, nice winter. That's not the reason I'm creating this video. First of all, Miami is a huge melting pot. Majority of Miami residents are Spanish speaking. And when you move to Miami, you'll be surprised coming to a gas station or hiring an HVAC person to fix your air conditioner that they don't speak Spanish. So that becomes a huge problem when you move in here. Also, a lot of job requirements require you know Spanish because a lot of vendors and service providers, they simply don't speak English. So get yourself ready to have translator used more than once a day and get used to learning new words in Spanish so you can have at least basic communication. That is a big problem for me as a real estate agent when I call someone and we cannot communicate. So take that in mind. Second is traffic. Traffic in Miami is just the worst I've ever seen. If you think that California and LA traffic is bad, no, it's absolutely different animal. When in California, you're chilling and staying in traffic and everyone is relaxed, here everything's on the nerves. As soon as the red light turns green, the millisecond, you hear boop from the back. And first it might be a little fun, but when you hear this 10 times a day, it becomes very annoying. Drivers, they don't like using turn signals. Even worse, they can make the right turn signal and then turn left and vice versa. So if you expect smooth riding back and forth from work, forget about it. It's going to be very intense and very emotional. So get ready for this. If I haven't scared you enough, the last one is the cost of living here. And I'm mostly talking about cost of living in terms of real estate, buying a home, buying a condo, or even renting. The average salary in Florida significantly lower compared to the cost of housing. So prepare yourself that you will be paying a lot for condos, a lot for rentals, and a lot for any real estate that you will be purchasing here, because we've seen this tremendous growth in prices throughout the pandemic. A lot of people wanted to relocate to South Florida. Everyone who can work remotely, they wanted to have this endless summer. They wanted to have all the benefits of living, particularly here in Miami area in South Florida, because it has so many benefits, and I'm about to share it with you. Because the most exciting thing for me living in South Florida is the quality of food. You can get to the farmer's market and buy oranges or vegetables or any other fruits, even exotic fruits, at a fraction of the cost that you can buy anywhere else in the United States. And more importantly, the quality of this food is just through the roof. I've never tried anything better than in South Florida. On average, you will not be spending as much as you would in northern states because everything is growing here. Everything is just so accessible. Beyond just buying groceries at a fair price, you'll be surprised about cost of fuel compared to many other northern states. We have relatively fair price for fuel, especially comparing to California. We pretty much like $1.50 below what you typically pay in California for the same gas. Turning one of the cons that I mentioned before, that is a huge melting pot. If you're immigrant, if you have an accent, and if some of the northern states don't accept you as the part of the society, over here in South Florida, you'll feel absolutely comfortable with your accent, with being somewhere abroad from another country, because majority of population in South Florida and in Miami particularly, they came from Latin America. They came from overseas, and it's absolutely normal to be not here, not local, and everyone expects you to melt in just fine. If you speak just little English, you'll be above and beyond the average Floridian or South Floridian, because you'll be more understandable and more communicative than average person who lives in South Florida. Another great thing about living in South Florida is accessibility of employment. We have top companies moving to South Florida, and a lot of them already moved. We have pretty much top of the line banking system relocated to South Florida. All the finance institutions, they already have branches here. So if you're in finance, in IT, in tourism business, you'll have no problems finding yourself a job, even if a lot of people complaining that they cannot find work because the competition is high, since the density of the people is pretty high as well. Yes, you'll face some challenges in terms of competition. However, if you're competitive, if you feel like you can stand competition and show your employer what's your worth, I'm pretty sure you'll find very decent job with high pay without any issues. So let's come to a conclusion. Is it worth coming to South Florida, or you might want to find something not as competitive, not as hot and humid place? For me, it's way worth it. I'm so glad I moved to Florida a little over 10 years ago, and I enjoy every single day. I feel like I'm on vacation every day. I can take off work and go to the ocean and enjoy my weekend with the beautiful views, with wonderful people. Everyone is so nice, so polite, and so respectful here. I would highly recommend you considering this state, particularly South Florida, Miami area. If you have any thoughts of moving down here and you need assistance with your real estate needs, I'll be happy to help. My contact information below this video. If you want to discover more about Miami neighborhoods, I have links right here, so please click on them and learn more about all the neighborhoods that I recorded the videos about. And don't forget to hit this subscribe button, because I'm continuing to record videos about neighborhoods so you can choose the one that's right for you. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.